Well, hey now, folks. John Duffin here, Duffin Media, Duffin Coaching. Great to have you on board. It is fantastic that you are here. Well, hey now, folks. John Duffin here, Duffin Media, Duffin Coaching. Great to have you on. So, by the way, it is an early year replication of video. And so I'm messing around with Facebook, on LinkedIn, Instagram. I don't have the Instagram feed down cold, so you might have heard a little bit of echoing and a bit of a stall. Anyway, I'm here. It's all me. It's all live. If you are joining me on Facebook, hey there. Thrilled to have you. Let me know that you are here. Drop a note in the comments. I get to see it. If you're here on LinkedIn, boom. Thrilled that you're here. Happy New Year to happy 2024. Again, I'll see your comments. So if you are here, feel free, chime in. I'd love to get some of your feedback, and that's okay. If you're watching on this replay, great. We are just happy to have you on board. Look, how many New Year, New Me videos have you seen so far? Let me share a quick story and a quick lesson. I remember when I was about a year out from launching this company. Yo, Brad Storm. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. All right, here we go. Now I'm getting tighter with this as we go. Brad Storm, thank you for joining me. Absolutely, absolutely great. Yo, Matt Deutsch, check this out. All the cool people are showing up. How about this, right? So this is what I was going to bring to light. Look, everybody's all slap happy to get the year started, and I'm not going to discourage that kind of enthusiasm. I'm actually thrilled about it. So here's what I'm thinking, which is this. But here's the New Year, New Me story, and I'm going to improve upon this. A year out from launching my business, so I'm on a group trip with several guys, love them to death. It is January the 2nd. And we've all decided we're going to create our New Year, New Me video. So we're all walking around. We're in Florida. We're all walking around points so we're not jumping in each other's videos. And I can still remember, I'm going to do mine. I'm going to fix this, write that, solve this. And I remember as the video is being recorded, my phone drops and the screen smashes. That must have been a life lesson for me right in front of me that I needed to make some changes, right? So, or maybe it was I wasn't quite ready to be doing lives. Whatever it is, I'm thrilled that you're here. Don't break your phone, but don't beat yourself up either. What are we doing? We get to optimize your communications by leveraging your voice. Look, everybody is either ready to start. And folks, if you're all gunned up for the first of the year and a big 2024, drop a note in the comments. Let me know that. I'd love to know that. I hope you are. If you're not quite ready, if you're kind of easing your way in, so to speak, that's okay. Let us know that too. We're not going to beat you up. By the way, that's a central theme of today's tip, right? To optimize your business communications so that you can crush your 2024 goals. But if you're not quite there, that's okay. We're not going to blow you out of the water. It just won't happen. But remember, plant that seed. That's one of the key tips for today in the communications game. And also, too, if you're really not ready, oh, no, was going through it or you are going through it, kudos to you. Just that you're showing up is a victory. It sounds so shallow and cheerleady, but the truth is it's a big time victory that you're just showing up, just keeping walking forward, okay? Because if you're in business, oftentimes, we're not going to wait until you're ready, right? That has happened to me. A quick reminder. One of the things that for myself that has been a central point of focus, being in corporate America for 25 plus years in terms of broadcast ad sales, executive management, sales management, team building, team leading, I've gotten to experience a lot, and it wasn't all perfect, right? But I've seen a lot, gotten to witness a lot. I've gotten to, and really gotten to learn a lot and share a lot, which is really the point of today. All of us are works in progress. So these tips are not decrees, but story, life lesson, business lesson. That's what I can count on. These are quick hits. We're going to be doing this a few days this week. These are quick hits. They're not long sermons. Okay. All we're going to do here right now is literally just let you know that there's a couple of things that you can do. One of the things I was thinking about today is this, and it talking about coming from contribution. Here's the tip. Remember that many people contribute to your own growth, success, or the possibilities thereof, growth and success. So the fact of the matter is, here's the thing. You want feedback, you want input. If you are the team leader, drop a note in the comments. If you watch it on the replay, keep the thought in mind. Are you the team leader? Great. Are you the executive that has the managers that are reporting up to you? Is that you? Cool. Are you one of the subordinates? And I hate that choice of words. I'm just blanking on what else to call it, where you are part of the team. You could be the leading salesperson. You could be one of the salespeople, and you are, in essence, reporting to a boss or a series of bosses. Is that you? Let me know that. Oh, cool. Thank you. Right? Okay. Yes. Great. Welcome aboard. If you are an entrepreneur and either you've got a small team or freelancers or it's just you, that's okay. Here's what I'm saying. In any of those and every one of those scenarios, the whole point of the matter is you want to embrace, facilitate, and encourage contribution. Okay. That communication is what's going to propel you in order to, in essence, optimize your voice, to sound more confident, to be more true, to get better results from your team. So here's the story today that I was just thinking about. It's funny how things jump into play and then all of a sudden they become really important. So I was thinking about this story where I was in a broadcast sales organization. I was the manager, I was the team leader in a station, and I'm based in Philadelphia. So it was also in Philadelphia, PA, but a television company. And I'm leading the sales team. And I'll never forget, I'm leading a group of salespeople and I'm leading a sales meeting. And not to pat myself on the back, but typically I was able to lead strong sales meetings. Great. But they weren't perfect. So here's the situation. I remember I am being coached downward. My superiors are asking me or demanding that I get something specific from the salespeople. Higher rates on one of our premium products. And the conversation was very much like, you better tell those people to get those rates up because we're not going to accept blah, 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 blah. And that's getting coached down to me. So did I stand up and say, hey, look, I need my team? No. No. You want to foster a lot of regrets later in life, make a dumb move like that. So we're going to stop you from doing that in the future, right? So I just accepted. Okay. Well, I'll do my best. And thank God they kept me anyway, right? So I'm now going to lead the sales meeting and I'm going to poly parrot what those individuals said. We need these rates to get higher for blah, blah, blah show. We need these rates. And my leading salesperson puts their hand up and asks a question. And they say, we're really having a difficult time getting to that level based upon historicals and comps and whatever the case may be, right? Blah, 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 blah. Here's the life lesson. I shut it down. I don't care. We're going to need that. Here's the tips. If it's not true to you, it's never going to sound authentic. None of that was true. what I was saying. You're just going to have to. It wasn't true to my personality. It wasn't true to my desires. It was all, my communication was all based on fear and being a people pleaser. I just was a people pleaser in the wrong way. So that sense of carrying someone else's message very specifically is brutal. You'll hear me talk about buy-in a lot. Buy-in goes up, it goes down, it goes sideways. If you're not buying into what someone said, and if you can't get your team to buy in, then disconnect is just the beginning of the problem. Here's what happened as a result. That person ultimately resigned. They resigned. Has it ever happened to anyone? They've lost a key team person. And even if they didn't say that was the reason, deep down, you knew it was one of the reasons. Ever happened to anybody in an organization? Team leaders, executive VPs? Happened to me. So the fact of the matter is, I lose an integral part of my organization. And I'm not saying because I don't know, and I'll never really know, was that the reason? Was that the reason that that person wound up leaving? No, could have been a great opportunity. It could have just, propelled a number of different things. Who knows? But I didn't help it. So, your tip of the day in regards to conveying a message and fostering open dialogue is this. You want to sound authentic, you want to sound true and right, finish every conversation. So, the tips. If you work in an organization and someone is saying you need to convey the message, you and whoever is saying it to you, that executive vice president, the general manager, the president, you too need to finish the communication. And you have to muster the courage to ask questions if you don't believe in what's being put in front of you. How do you sound more authentic? Well, number one, here's where you get to use your mindset, right? So, JD hack. I'm a big believer in mindset. I'm a big believer in breathing, right? And we've talked about the Navy SEALs breathing technique, 16 seconds to a better you. 4 seconds, 4 seconds, 4 seconds, 4 seconds of box breathing, and you're done. It clears your head so that you can focus to muster up the courage to do something. Maybe it's to ask a question. Maybe it is to provide an objection in a civil way in business. If you do that, then there's a much better chance for organizational buy-in. Again, remember, that's managing up. So now you've got to convey a message to your sales team. You better be what? Prepared, buttoned up. Understand that it is an open organizational culture that you're trying to carry through. So how can you sound authentic? Know the whole story. Let's go back to that sales meeting, shall we? Where I'm now being told this is what the situation is. Here's how you can work on this better. I will have asked, because I will have mustered the courage and I will have spoken in a way that commands respect to my higher ups so that we're on the same page. If I agree, they'll know. If I disagree, they'll know. But we will come to some agreement, right? And then when I'm speaking to my salespeople, I don't have to come from a point of fear. The way that I speak, the confidence that it has is not accepting that or expecting that everyone's going to buy in. It's just that I'm clear on the message. So you want to sound authentic. You want to sound like you're encouraging buy-ins. Here's a couple of more tips. Number one, know the whole story and explain as much of the story to the people you're speaking with. They can handle the big picture. You don't have to deflect blame. Well, they told me to do it. Don't do that. But explain the rationale. Sell it through. Allow your team to know their part of this entire message. because I said so didn't work in the 60s with parenting. Not that I would know. I don't have kids. Well, maybe it did work a little bit. I had parents. Still have a mom, and I did it, but it don't work in 2024 organizational culture because I said so is irrelevant. It can cause irreparable harm. So what do? Explain the whole thing and explain it in a way that you are fully engaged with who you're speaking to. Here's the situation. Here's the general overview. Here's the big picture. Here's how we're going to get to that vision, and then explain it. When I talk about using your best, most true, authentic voice to optimize your communications, I'm not asking you to sound like an orator. I'm asking you to sound like the best, most authentic you. Because when you do, people pay closer attention. So the fact of the matter is, you'll explain it in a way, you'll be fully engaged, make eye contact with the people that you're speaking with allows your voice to soften a little bit. And then use some words that foster the softness and galvanization in your voice. What do I mean? Some words sound more harsh. Want to try one? Here you go. Because I said so. I don't know how you say that choice of words without sounding tense. When you say something instead, like, hey, folks, I do want to hear questions. I do want to hear concerns. I'll do my best to be able to address them, but I want to hear from you. I want to hear where we are because as we move forward as a team, we're going to, it just sounds different. And your voice sounds more galvanizing, which is what you want. You want buy-in. Not everybody's going to agree with every recommendation. If you're the boss, not everybody's going to agree with it. They all have their personal deals, and that's for them. But from a team structure, your team is looking for you to lead, to guide, to direct, but they're also looking to make certain you're not going to drive them off a cliff. So that tip, what do I do differently? And I did it differently. Thank God. Ever since that awful example that I shared early on, it was always a matter of including people. Always. Always. I had to work up the confidence to do that. But that's what I say to you. Easy tips today to galvanize a team. If someone is asking you to say or do something, make 100% certain you understand why and that you've come to at least some sort of an agreement. When you are speaking to an individual or your team, and they are a subordinate, make 100% certain that there is buy-in in regards to they know where you're coming from. They are expecting leadership. This is not kumbaya. But the fact of the matter is they need to feel confident. Again, you're not going to put them in harm's way unnecessarily. So how do you do that? You explain the bigger picture. You explain the expectations. And number 3, you encourage feedback. And then from that, you make the decision. And then you get the ball rolling. And then that way your team tends to follow. So, folks, they're my first tips of the day. Here's what's coming. We're going to be doing this again on a couple of days this week. I have already prepared a checklist in regards to these tips that you can keep on your desk, on your computer, somewhere, a written checklist so that you will be able to then optimize your communications by leveraging your voice. Have it with you all the time. You'll make fewer mistakes. So how do you get that checklist? Easy. If you are live, jd@duffinmedia.com. You're like, where did he go? And I know my email address, by the way. What I'm saying is jd@duffinmedia.com is my current email address, and it's a good one and an easy one to remember. Send me a note, jd@duffinmedia.com. Checklist. That's all it has to say in the header. Checklist. If you're watching on replay, same rules apply. jd@duffinmedia.com, checklist, or send me the checklist or whatever. The fact of the matter is you'll have it. It'll be a compilation of everything that we're speaking about this week. And that way you're ready to roll, to crush your communications in 2024. Folks, that's all I got for you today. I'm really, really excited for the coming year. Yeah, we're going to bang our heads some. Yeah, we're going to encounter some situations that we didn't see before or possible roadblocks. But honest to God, just make sure that you keep putting your feet forward one step at a time so that you're here and you are ready when the good stuff is going to happen. And I just feel confident it's going to happen for us this year. So thanks so much for tuning in today. I get to see you again tomorrow. Ah, brother, let's make some great new. Oh, I got to show that, baby. Absolutely. Let's make some new great mistakes. That's exactly right, because it's moving us forward. Those are your communication tips for today, and we ain't done, folks. I get to see you again tomorrow. Thank you so much for tuning in. And folks on the replay, remember, JD at duffinmedia.com, checklist. All you got to say, I will get you that checklist, and we'll continue to have fun. Have a great rest of the day, folks. So good to see you. Let's go get 2024. Bye.